let's quickly get on to this week's segment.
Mm-hmm.
And before we do, if you're new to the show, hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit the 5-star rating. Let's get straight into it. We're doing top 5 most disappointing players to start the season. And I will go with number 5.
Yep.
Obviously, look, you have to take these with a little bit of a grain of salt. It's the start of the season.
Nah. Hot takes.
I personally, we'll go. Right, my
Okay.
number 5,
Start
and
it
you're gonna love this. Actually,
Yeah.
my number 5 is Montrezl Harrell.
Hey.
Look, I knew. Don't get me wrong. I knew, and he's my only Sixers one, so don't get caught up in like I'm just talking about my own team. I knew what he was before this.
Yeah.
But like, I just thought I knew he was nothing on defense, but like on offense,
At least something.
I just
At
thought on
least.
offense he'd be like I saw him in LA.
Yeah.
Clippers. At the Clippers.
Clippers.
Yeah.
More
Oh,
like-
sorry. I forgot he was even on the Lakers. Basically, since he's
doing the
left the
same stint.
Clippers.
Yeah. Ever since he left the Clippers.
Yeah.
that's it.
But he's under Doc again. So, like, I thought he'd be back. He'd rise up again, as in when I say rise up, to his 6th man of the year that he won, ability again, and just be diving to the rim. You can't stop him off the, the sort of power bounce, all that sort of
I
shit.
don't understand.
Nothing.
I don't understand.
Just nothing. And then, and of course, Doc Rivers keeps playing him. Paul Reed is getting a lot more of the minutes. However, he still chucks in Montrez. Whatever. Sometimes he has a couple of good minutes, but terrible. Most disappointing Montrez. I'm fearful that he might end up in Taiwan.
Hey.
They'll have a decent
He
team.
shot like 11 threes, Dwight Howard, in his
Yeah.
38.
He killed
Scored-
it. He looked like LeBron out there.
I didn't get a chance.
It's 20% from the 3-point line.
I didn't get a chance to watch his footage. Have you guys seen?
Yeah,
the footage?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
great.
great?
Yeah, it's fantastic. 15 minutes of highlights, seriously. Well put together.
There's one guy, he just puts his hand out and this guy just falls. Like
I wanted to
like a
watch it
bag
so
of air.
bad. I didn't get time.
Seriously,
Ryan, who's
seriously.
your number 5 most
Look, number
disappointing?
5, like Nate said, we're 20 games in.
Uh-huh.
I got Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, I'm expecting more. Like I said, it's still 20 games in, but I'm expecting a lot more. I know Tyler Hero's been out, and I just thought that you're gonna get
veteran presence.
you're gonna get that, that more production.
Exactly.
You guys are going
But we're not
nowhere.
saying it. I was even gonna put Jimmy in
Nowhere.
this, but I gotta put Kyle. He's
Yeah,
I feel like he's underperforming.
you can't put Jimmy in
You can't.
because
That would be the hardest.
Jimmy
song.
doesn't start trying to the playoffs.
yeah, to the playoffs.
I thought
no,
about
I
it,
got.
but I'm like,
No,
I know.
no.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's also
He's had decent
performed.
games.
He's
Yeah,
performed.
no, I've
Kyle
looked.
Lowry's first game was it 2 days ago or yesterday? I
It was, 400 years
long
ago.
No. No, it was Kyle Lowry with third stringers with Washington.
He played
That
one.
was
He played one
we
good game.
fucking
Hold on.
we choked that.
Maybe you need to get the hint. He is a third stringer now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spode.
Yeah, but he played. But Kyle Lowry played well.
Yeah,
with the third
he's gone.
stringers.
This is why I didn't even. So he brushed my mind, but I'm like, no. You know what? I sort of expected the downfall. I'm not saying it's a bad pick.
Exactly.
I expected the downfall, so it's
I'm
not.
glad Lakers didn't
But
get
it's
him now.
it's disappointing from my perspective as well.
Yeah,
It's disappointing. Like I understand, like we expected it, but it is what it is.
Because he was there last season,
Yeah.
and then now it's like nothing has gotten better.
for me, it's disappointing on your end. Because why has your front office let this team just keep
Age.
being who it is?
Age.
Yep. And Duncan Robinson
Build up on
is
it.
a bit disappointing. He's down on his 3-point percentage again. So I'll shout quick one to Heat. That wasn't one of my picks. I just wanted to give
You
another
could just
Heat
shout
one.
out our whole team.
Yeah, I will.
Seriously.
All right, give us number 5. Let's get through it.
Ha. So I was looking at the top 10. Our top 10.
Our
at
top
the,
10?
At the top 10 players.
Oh,
Yeah.
Going into 2022. And you guys had some kind of criteria.
yeah. Well, who do we have?
Who do you have?
I'm scared. now.
I know who you're
I'm
gonna
scared.
say.
So let me just
I already
start
know who
off.
you're gonna
Let me
say.
just start off with a certain LeBron James.
He's the only one. Yeah, he's been disappointing.
Well, I've got 2 circled in your column. So he's the only one. He's the only one. Man, your top 10 was utter trash. But I admit, mine, I picked LeBron, and it was a legacy thing. And that's where we're getting with. You pick Kyle Lowry. it's a change of hands that we're experiencing this season. And you guys were like adamant. Nah, KD, legitimate. Kyrie, legitimate.
KD.
AD, legitimate. No, this season is, and I was wary of it, and I was cautious at least. You guys were completely ignorant. This is a changing of
KD
hands.
is still KD.
This is a changing of hands. And LeBron James being absolutely disappointing. And let me just reiterate on the stats. His offensive rating in terms of contribution to the team has been the worst.
It's worse than the NBA.
Since his rookie days.
Yeah, it's down.
And it's by a chunk. Like his rookie.
He'll be
his
back.
Rookie, and that was like the last season of that kind of, old school NBA before everything shot up.
Yeah.
So anyway, that front, 24% from 3-point line. So who knew? Russell Westbrook was a Hall of Fame
He's the best shooter in the Lakers right now.
Who knew that? So, he has the stats, but it's empty stat kind of guy. Disappointing. Props to you, LeBron. I'm not a LeBron hater, but it is what it is. It's really disappointing.
No, I'll give you that. I nearly put him in.
Nearly.
But my top 10 comes from what we saw last season. And, bro, last season he was still a top 10 player.
Asterisks.
LeBron, when you're watching this,
going into the next season.
we're only
He's
20
still
games in, LeBron, I already know what you're going to do.
Yeah,
He's going to come back.
yeah.
He's
gotta
been doing
come
this for
back.
19 years.
Nah, but if I'm a
he's not
legit,
averaging less than 20.
I ain't having LeBron in my legit.
Let's stick with the Lakers. I'm not a numbers man, but I did look at all these numbers today.
Give it
I
to
don't
me.
have them with me, but sticking with the Lakers, number 4 most disappointing so far this season is Pat Bev. Right, and you might say
I like that. Yeah, I
You might
agree.
say to me,
I
"Oh,
agree.
Nathan, you should know that he's shit."
But he had.
But the thing is, I'm a bit of a Pat Bev like. He makes me believe.
Yeah.
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 And when he got
Yeah.
up on the table last season in the playoffs, and he also shot decently well. Like at least his percentages were well.
decent.
Anyway, I'm an eye test guy. By the eye test, he was contributing
Yeah.
very well.
Yep.
This season, I know you guys got on your 3-game win streak, but the Lakers have got nothing. The Lakers.
I'm not rating him at all. I don't like saying him on the court because I see more mistakes than good.
Yeah.
There's some good things you get out of it, and he does lock down
I
a few
feel
people,
like
but I
he-
see more turnovers
Yeah.
in crucial times where it's like, just give the ball to someone else, please. Give it to Westbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the task that is being a Laker is too big for him. It's too big for his bark.
Too big for a lot of people.
Interesting. I don't know, because for me, I feel like he's been drowned out, but I don't know by what. Like that energy, that flame, you could really see it in Minnesota.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't understand.
It's the Lakers, but
It's the
everything
Lakers.
becomes
the
very
the
big.
courts, the courts all dark and the courts darker.
Like-
the gold jerseys.
Like
the-
when you
the
do something,
history.
people know you do something.
If he starts barking, no one gives a shit. They got AD and LeBron over there. You're not the king here. Whereas Pat Bev in Minnesota, even at the Clippers,
He was the voice.
He's the voice. He's the leader. But now, even if LeBron doesn't say a word the whole day, Pat Bev's barking, no one's listening to the barking because everyone's like, what's LeBron about to say? And blah, 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 blah. We're getting into sort of, I don't know, mystical shit here, but I believe that's huge to Pat. It's very important to him. Similar to Russ. If Russ has found his sort of spot now, if Russ is not comfortable, he's not going to play well. Pat Bev, I don't feel like has his voice being heard, and therefore he's not actually playing well. All right. Your number 4.
I'm going to go Jamal Murray.
Ooh.
Jamal Murray, and this could just be me.
I don't know if you can do that, though.
Yeah, that's-
Coming off the
I know, I know, but
That's a bit harsh.
it is harsh, but
15 points averaging.
It is what it
And
is.
the Nuggets are very quietly,
It is what it is.
no one's talking about, they're very quietly being very solid.
what was Damian
yeah.
Lillard's injury again? What did he come back from?
It was tanking.
Yeah.
No,
but it wasn't-
It was abdominal.
It wasn't ACL. I understand.
Abdominal. It
I
wasn't
understand.
as big as Jamal
LeBron
Murray's.
has abdominal.
Yeah. And Dame is a fucking better
He's a
player.
vet too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all right.
But still.
Yeah.
But still.
Number 4. You're most disappointed. so far.
No,
He leads it.
Sorry, let me
I'm
dramatize this. So let me see. Who else did you guys have? Interesting. You guys had.
You can go the same ones.
You guys had Leonard.
All right.
Leonard
Talking about
Somebody had him at number 4.
You had him at number.
You had him at number 4.
Oh, I think I actually felt like you might have had him number 1.
You had it at 8. I had it at 9. So
I stand by that.
Ha!
What do you mean, bro? Hasn't even played.
No, man. Leonard's a no-go zone. Forget the guy. Hey, recycling bin. Let's go. He's
more Kyrie Irving. Who are you taking? Him or Kyrie? Who would you take?
At least Leonard can be quiet.
SGA or Kawhi right now?
SGA. There's no two ways about it. There's no two ways. You guys are
Nah, bro.
delusional.
Nah. Come on, man. You can't be serious.
Oh my god. Nah,
You can't
man.
do that.
Okay, let me just let me hit it for you, Mr. No Show, Mr. Out of NBA,
He's just
Mr.
not
I'm
playing.
gonna screw up the whole CBA for all the players next year and forever. No more guaranteed contract. This that. Let me just hit it to you. Before Kawhi's presence for Clippers,
Yeah.
3 years. 62% winning, 2017 playoffs. Then they had 50, 2018, no playoffs. Then 2019, 60% winning, playoffs. Okay, decent.
Kawhi's
Average
the highest win percentage in the NBA. There's a stat.
We're not
I
talking
saw.
about that. We're talking
just
about
doesn't
Clippers.
play, bro.
We're talking,
He's a plus 776, I think.
3 years with Kawhi in the Clippers. I thought it was championship or bust. This guy, he's just busted knees. 51% no playoffs. 65% win playoffs. But that was without Kawhi turn. 68% playoffs. But again, without the Kawhi turn. So, I don't know.
What's
This
Kawhi?
This guy, Kawhi, it's just I'm just saying Kawhi. As in, he's just a thing. He's now an item. He's now just relegated to a board man, gets paid.
The basement's
I
in
will
town,
admit,
that's
Disappointing because I had high hopes. I put Clippers as conference thing. Disappointing. Does that not influence? But SGA over
they
thing.
might still win it. They might still win the championship.
At this point, instantaneous. As we said, for the hot take. At this point of time, very disappointing. Very disappointing.
I gotta admit, I almost put it in because it's disappointing. It's disappointing with the way he and the Clippers together pitched to us that he was nearly back before these playoffs last season.
Yeah.
He's not even back for this season.
And then he comes back and he's gone.
Paul George,
and I'm
massive
a
props.
Kawhi lover. I
Paul
hate
George.
how he's always out.
Paul George keeps saying he's number 2, but he's really the number 1.
He's number 2, bro. You gotta give respect.
He's really number 1. Paul George.
You watch his game this.
done.
I did watch your Clippers.
Well
They
done.
only
You've
played the Spurs,
absolutely
but
done well.
The Clippers are a bit dull at the moment.
I better be getting
That's
mad
the
Happy Meals from Kawhi because if I'm Paul George,
That's the Clippers for
man,
you. All right,
this
let's
is
keep
absolute
moving.
Tragedy.
Let's keep moving. My number 3 is Dorian Finney-Smith of the Dallas Mavs. Last season, especially, again, I did look at the numbers. I can just tell you they're down. And him and Reggie Bullock are not helping Luka whatsoever. They're not hitting threes. And JaVale McGee as well didn't work out. But Dorian Finney-Smith, and he's 29.
I think he just had an injury, but it might have just come back. Because they put Reggie Bullock in.
But this season anyway, he's all the numbers are down. But I can tell you by the eye test and the shooting, you can see he just doesn't make the shots. You got to make your shots around these LeBrons and Lukas when they kick it out to you.
Shout out to Josh Green.
Luka has the ball for like literally 90% of the game, and if he kicks it to you, you've got one job: knock it down. He's probably drawn 4 players, and these guys aren't knocking it down, and it might cost Luka.
These guys,
Reggie Bullock and Dorian Finney-Smith is what I'm talking about. But why I'm most disappointed at number 3. The end of last season, yes, of course, Jalen Brunson. Yes, of course, Spencer Dinwiddie. But DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith, was looking like the Mavs are a bit scary. Because, again, they had Brunson, Luka, Dinwiddie helping out. And DFS, and I was like, well, these guys are just small balling it up. But it feels like, of course, Brunson's gone. And I know Luka's usage has gone up. I feel like Luka, again, like some of these stars, I feel like Luka feels like he has to because these guys aren't helping him out.
He's looking around.
I thought Dorian Finney-Smith was going to continue being, and he's 29. He's not like he's got to learn or anything. Continue for the next few years being one of the staple best 3-and-D guys, and he still might be.
Shane Battier.
Shooters shoot. He still might be, but for now, he started the season pretty disappointing. Dorian Finney-Smith.
Would you say?
Like that.
Yeah, I guess last year. Because I'm like, they have Christian Wood and all that.
Christian Wood is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's still coming off the bench.
I like my pick for Sixth Man of the Year, but the guys, but the guys aren't helping. The starters aren't helping Luka.
I don't know. I just don't like that system of basketball.
It doesn't often work.
Yeah,
No, the sort of one-man show doesn't work.
No. So
'Cause if
I
he's off
don't
and stuff.
blame him, and that's why I didn't. I looked at that whole roster. I was like, who do I pick? But I said, nah. I'll just leave him.
I just, as I said, for me, the whole DFS thing, all
Fair enough.
playoffs, I was like, okay, so DFS is becoming something, as in one of the staple 3-and-D guys. You know, 3-and-D guys don't get too noted, as in the best ones like Danny Green and co. But when they come around, they're really appreciated. And I really would like
Thanks, Danny Green.
Dorian Finney-Smith to move into that territory where it's like, he could be on any team. Go.
I like that.
Number 3, most
number
disappointing start of the
3,
season.
I got Anthony Edwards.
Hey,
Now,
tell him, let him know.
just recently, he has had a couple good games. Just recent. But,
Forget the
it's
numbers.
again.
but
Nah.
yeah, let's forget the numbers because it just hasn't performed how we all thought.
Yeah.
So that's why it's disappointing for me. I don't know if it's just, not that they got Rudy, but it's just too many names on the team.
Yep.
But we all thought he was going to be the guy. Or,
Yep.
you know, it just it hasn't turned out the way we all thought.
Yep.
So disappointing for me.
Spoilers, he's my number 2, Anthony Edwards.
right.
So I'll just continue the conversation.
Yeah.
Forget it. Forget any of this eye test is just purely look at the attitude, look at the press conferences. We've been talking about the Timberwolves. Everyone knows it. As you said, it seemed like everyone had this happy feeling last season and then
Patrick
in this
Beverley
off season
love.
about
It's like he's going
Anthony
to take
Edwards.
over.
Yeah, Anthony
just to
Edwards.
take over. Like, just.
Handing over the torch kind of thing.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is low-key an athletic monster that's about to...
Like
you
a
know,
jar.
but-
Like he's
but
just
yeah.
going to like.
But we found
just-
out he's just a cookie monster.
It seems like that one interview he had where
so,
he just he narrowed down his game just even for us viewers to think you sound weak.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, he just said, I haven't dunked because I need that open lane. I'm only 6'3", and it's like you're just shallowing yourself a lot.
He said things such as like, I don't like it when we're too big in terms of size on the floor. And then
You just got Rudy.
He also just commented like in one of their games or something
Just
like
recent,
that. Just quotes, and he just says. He says, like, he includes himself. He goes, me included, but, like, we're just soft. We let ourselves go by 20 points, and then we're fucked, basically, is what he said. And it's just like, I don't know about this mentality.
Yeah, he's got the mentality of
And
just, like, going as it is.
We are disappointed. The whole NBA community is disappointed in his mentality. I will just grant him that he is young.
He's young. It's 20 games in.
No, but he's like 21.
Because for me, I looked at Anthony Edwards, and I spoke about this 2 pods ago. So go to that plug. I can't be bothered reiterating myself. But he had that winning vibe.
Yeah, the X factor.
Two seasons ago and last season, he was like, "I'm taking this franchise to winning places," and it's turned off. I don't want that because it's young. He was young and he had that winning vibe.
Yeah.
So
The
I don't
it
know
factor.
what happened.
Like he's
And
lost
it
the it
switched.
factor.
Yeah.
We don't say it.
Because when he was young, he had that winning thing.
Yeah.
Now he's doing the Ben Simmons thing.
Yeah.
It's not it.
What do you mean? Ben Simmons is back. What are you saying?
2 games.
No,
2 games he played
but
good.
like,
buy
lackluster,
that.
not into it. I'm like there's no energy.
Yeah. No, I'm very disappointed.
But hey, weirdly enough, his stats are like
Yeah.
like it's more of again, it's this impact. He's just throwing up stats.
Yeah.
But my real concern is the turnovers, the amount of fouls have skyrocketed, and that shooting is wow.
Yeah.
Relative to what he's done.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Making
he's-
plays.
He's young.
How many have you got left, Cheech? One, or was that it?
So I was on the Anthony Edward.
Yeah.
So it's good. We got
you
that.
got-
That means I have.
We got 2 more
Sorry,
left.
of me.
I think Cheech might have had 4.
Nah, I've got Scotty Barnes.
You got Scotty Barnes?
Yes.
Have you got one more after
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay. Let's swing back this way now. So Scotty Barnes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm with you. Again, he gets the young pass.
Yeah, this time he gets the young pass because we did not see something like Edwards. We saw something high. Scotty Barnes, we're expecting that.
We saw a rise.
We saw that rise, and look, maybe because I'm on this, median, but I was getting hyped.
Scotty Barnes.
Naturally, I'll just be like, let's wait for it.
Yeah.
Let's wait for it. And nothing's come of it. And I just looked at the Raptors and I'm like, bro, maybe they're a bit too stacked.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you can shine in that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's scoring. It's not like they're scoring 30 points. Everybody's scoring like 20s to 15s.
It's only Pascal.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
Oh, come on. That's the only time he showed
Toronto
up.
versus... No, but like he couldn't close out the OT. He
Oh,
couldn't buy a
okay,
bucket.
okay,
He just like,
yeah.
and he was trying to take the he used the whole 24 seconds on himself, dribbling, trying to like. I don't know if it was just fatigue or the team just wasn't moving, but
I think he was trying to prove himself.
Yeah, he was, and
in
it just
that moment.
unfortunately wasn't working at that during that OT time. Which
it was a bit of a funny one.
Yeah, he. I'll give him the young pass.
I'll give him the young, but I'm disappointed, and I still gonna be
because
disappointed.
unfortunately the way it is now these days, and we just can't help ourselves. Whenever someone wins like Rookie of the Year, like he did, and he was so phenomenal last season, we're expecting every single player to be like, for example, like Luka, like year 1 here, year 2 here, year 3 here, year 4 here, and it just keeps going. But unfortunately, it's not always like that. I mean, look at some of these guys. Look at some of the guys that get most improved, and then they take off into being some of these giant players. Look at Shea right now. I know it's different circumstances, but I'll give him the young pass.
Yep,
Scotty Barnes. Let's swing back around.
Swing back.
Number 2?
Fourth? Number 2, number 2, sorry. Jordan Poole.
Yep.
We all know Jordan Poole.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
he's
still getting the same minutes. If not, he should be able to do more without some of the players they got that released. He's just not putting up the numbers at all. He has a couple good highlights at the start of the season, but he's just not performing the way
for me
they need to.
I thought he was on the right trajectory. Like I saw that first game, and I was like, he's passing it. He's very confident in his ability, but it's that same trajectory.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
down.
I don't know if it's the punch, if he lost a bit of brain cells,
you love the
or
punch.
if he's I wouldn't be happy with the punch.
I wouldn't be happy with
But
hey, look, but I think I would have seen something. Like, just between the eyes. The eyes can tell a lot.
But
hey, I don't want to, look at you or something like that. Or
they can't make it known to us that there is a problem, though.
No,
they can never let that
I
happen.
feel like I could read it in the faces, and I'm not seeing that.
Seeing in their game.
Yeah. What do you think? There's any animosity?
No, I just think that I think the bench unit's crap.
Yeah.
As we mentioned last
They
week.
lost.
And
Gary
I nearly
Payton.
put Jordan Poole in. But I didn't. I'm giving him the bench's crap pass.
Yep.
Why he was having to try and operate it with Wiseman. Obviously, Clay's either hot or cold. Classic Clay.
He's one off.
Today he hit 40, I think, Clay. And you can't when Steph's gone. The Clay and
How do you
Steph.
take the?
Clay and
How do you
Steph
do your
are-
own thing?
Yeah, Clay and Steph are like in his position.
Yeah.
And there's all these factors that I will give him the pass. However, I will agree, similar to Scotty, similar to Anthony Edwards, we all thought that he was going to take another leap this season and
that's how I put him
basically
in.
bust his way into the Clay position or bust his way into another team because he's just too good. I don't think that the punch, at least so far, it's maybe there'll be a quote that comes out. It just seemed to have died so easily.
But then again, he got big. He started doing really well, and I hope, fingers crossed, there's no injuries. But when there was injuries in Golden State, then he had to step up.
Yeah.
Then everyone was like, "Shit, this guy can play,"
And
and
then the punch.
he did continue in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But then now it's like he's lost that spot,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, who's gonna be injured so
Yeah.
I can have some time
Yeah.
to just actually they can't use anyone else. They have to rely on me, and now I need to work.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
no,
how I say
it. It's going to be interesting to
disappointing.
see what happens with him.
Disappointing.
How many you got left? You
So
got
I've got
one left?
one because
One
we
left.
all shared.
Yeah,
Got
all right.
one decent.
So you're
I've
gonna
got
go
one
first?
I've
last
got one left as well. My number one most disappointing player to start this season, and man, they make noise, is RJ Barrett. And the Knicks bet on him.
Okay.
Really? For me, I always, my expectation was low.
Here's the thing, like
He done so good last season.
he
though.
done so good. Yes,
his own.
he's always inconsistent. He's so inconsistent, but he looked like there was only up from last season, and then they bet on him. They went for him instead of Donovan Mitchell in the off season, and for some guys that makes you pop. But this guy just looks like, to me, at 22 years old, I'm not giving him the young pass. I just don't think this guy will be a star.
He doesn't.
I don't think he'll be a star, and he's just always going to be inconsistent. I'm so sorry, Knicks fans.
Yeah.
But I'm disappointed. As you said, Cheech, this might be my final word in terms of I might be out forever. I had one glimmer of hope, and now it's been crushed.
Forget about
I did
it.
as well till I kept backing him on the punt.
Mm.
And then I realised he can't get the job
nasty,
done.
Man.
That is
Because when
No,
you punt, you're
man.
like, 20 points.
That's the worst type of
18.
player to
Really,
back on the punt.
really,
Yeah.
Nah,
And, like,
that's devastating.
This is how sometimes I learn players. Just,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then you dive in and
Big
you think, why isn't he
It's
not?
true, though.
Why isn't he getting? Why am I winning?
Mm.
Wait, because he hasn't been performing.
Yeah, I can't
Why hasn't he
remember.
been performing? Because he's not that guy anymore.
I can't remember who, but because it's been so
My
long ago.
goodness.
But I remember I had the exact same
Man.
like things. You like sort of like put your trust into a new player, and then it keeps letting you down. And then the day you don't bet on them, then they
They have that good game.
have the good game.
Then you're like, oh, I'm a guy for second chances. And
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
third. Oh,
And then
in
you
professional, he should hit it.
and then you have a stretch of not backing them, and then they have a stretch of
Yeah,
dominating.
it's so for that
Classic.
RJ, no more.
I'm out.
Every time I back Sixers, never.
I am
never.
to quote all the hosts of what was that show called? Donald Trump was on it. What was that show? The
One of these talk shows? Or
no. You know that old show that Donald Trump would say,
the Shank.
"You're fired."
Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Was he?
Did he say you're fired?
Yeah,
Or
you're
say-
fired.
Oh,
That
well,
was him.
I'm actually thinking of the Shark Tank though.
Shark Tank. I was
you-
saying both. I was
Wait,
like, which
I'm
one?
out.
The Mavs owner.
Yeah, I'm out. Is Shark. Yeah.
Mark Cuban's
Mark
on
Cuban.
Shark
Yeah,
Tank.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what? In
Mark Cuban. I'm
you
out.
know that never clicked in my head. That was Mark Cuban.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Like I didn't realize till, if I'm honest, earlier this year. Then I started rating things. I'm like, wait. Then I started watching one episode of Shark Tank. I like watching that stuff, and I was like, wait, shit, that is him.
yeah.
A businessman.
All right. Number one.
Number one, I got DeAndre Ayton.
Ooh.
The reason why. Now, I actually dived into this a bit.
Okay.
He's not been playing good at all.
Oh.
Like Jock Landale was about to take his position.
I love Jock Landale.
Mate,
Good on you.
he.
Aussie.
If there's one center that can do his job like good and dominant, it's him. Anyways,
He's been killing
back
it.
to DeAndre Ayton.
Tell us.
Now, every team the Suns have played, the only good games he's had is against Golden State. They beat him twice, and against one other team. And the reason why he played a good game against them is because we already know Golden State don't have a solidified center.
And then another.
And the other team, I can't remember the other team that he played good. That team also didn't have a good center or not a legit center. Every other team they've played, Minnesota, he's got an Eden against Minnesota. They got bigs. Magic, he even got Eden. They got bigs everywhere. I checked everything. Every team he's played against a solidified big, he's just done no good.
Yeah.
Like his performance has just dropped.
The Suns are
What
really
else is there?
carrying him, huh?
Yeah, no, they are.
Shit.
I really think
So
that.
you reckon they're gonna switch it up
I don't
with
think
old mate Aussie mullet?
Look, they can't do that too quick because
Yeah.
they just gave him a contract.
That's right.
But at the same time,
That'd be
you can
funny.
see it. I don't know if I've been watching Suns games.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
As soon as Jock goes in there, he's doing everything DeAndre Ayton should be doing, and he looks better.
Mm.
And
Wow.
he shoots
Yeah.
threes too.
On your job.
And he shoots threes,
Yeah.
and he's in the right place, and DeAndre Ayton's offensive rebounds have dropped,
Yeah.
His rebounds have dropped altogether since last season,
Wow.
but offensive rebounds, it's just he's got no hustle.
See, I followed the Sixers at the start, and I was like, yeah, he's
The Suns.
The Suns.
Bruh, what's wrong with my names, man?
Rent free.
So at the start, and I was like, yeah, Aiden's playing like fire.
Yeah,
Like,
right at the start.
Remember how I was like made that prediction?
Yeah.
You know, early.
He's gonna do well.
He's gonna do well. So this is very interesting. I've just switched off because I'm
Yeah.
like they keep winning.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, even though they're winning, I had to dive in and I had to pick him out because
Yeah.
they are holding him. They're making
I
him
did
look
know
good.
that Landale was killing it. I didn't quite look into
Understand.
because
Yeah.
I was
Now
the
you
same thing.
understand.
Like stats are all
Minutes.
down, points are down.
Wow.
I think his minutes might have even dropped slowly as games are going on. But like I said, the only good games he's had is against teams that don't have a center,
Yep.
and
Alright.
it shows it. It shows it. Stats are facts.
Your number one most disappointing player to start the season.
Tyler Hero.
Oh yeah.
It has to be
Okay.
Tyler Hero for me. Miami Heat.
Mm.
Heat culture. It's mainly because
I think
Miami-
he keeps having too many kids. Sorry to stop you, but I think it might be too many kids. He's
he got a-
I
pumping.
think he's
got a second-
distracted.
He's got like 3 now or 2.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
he's distracted.
Yeah.
But
He's that type of guy.
He should be in LA.
He's a distracted guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
'Cause I know he
He's
was
in
with
the
them.
LA of the East.
He was.
Here we
He
go.
was like he was with his I
Katya.
don't know girlfriend or
Is that how do you-
fiance
Katya.
or
Katia?
Yeah,
but then
she's
you know
great.
he was found cheating at one point
Yeah.
and the rest. But anyway, basketball focus. Absolutely disappointing. Jimmy Butler's tired of it. Spo's tired of it. Fortunately, he's had a bit of ankle break in terms of injury, so he's had like a rest. I don't know when he's going to come back. Like, bro, you can come back after 2 games for sure.
Yep.
But we expected him to take that next step.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler has to take that next step. It was supposed to be the handing over of the torch for Heat.
Yeah.
Keep that fire still going. But Jimmy Butler still has to do the work, and he's like, bro, I'm old, and hence I have to take
I'm
like
old.
5 games off.
Larry's not helping.
Yeah, Larry's not helping, but it would have been easier if,
Yeah.
Your best
These
player right now
guys-
is Max Strus.
yeah.
Legit.
And
He's
Max
great.
Strus consistent. Bam, he's doing Bam thing, and everybody wants Bam to do like something phenomenal. I'm like, bro, Bam just does Bam.
Get the
thing.
people
Like,
around him.
You should know that's his ceiling. It's really good. But Hero, his ceiling was like, whoo, 30 points average. Everything has come down like a tick from last year. And it's just not on what we expected, and it's disappointing, and hence we're in this situation. But more likely, a bigger picture is just Miami Heat's just disappointing all the way around. We just lack that urgency.
Yeah.
And, maybe it's a bit of comfortable with Heat culture.
Yeah.
We're expecting things to
The
turn
beaches
around.
are nice in Miami.
No, it's about
It
things
is.
have...
It is. The Heat culture is to work hard.
Yeah, work hard. But, I think we're just in love with... Maybe the young guys have fallen in love with it, that now it's a lack of urgency.
Yeah,
We're,
that's
that
what
we're
I'm talking
expecting things to
Can I just say that right? Say this whole swap all the humans from Miami Heat with the Indiana Pacers, right? Swap them. Swap all the organization, stakeholders, players, everyone. That team would be like ripping apart. Like Bam, Jimmy, all them would be departing. Tyler Hero would be departing.
Oh, okay. You're saying there'll be a bit more rift.
And they would be even less motivated. Why do they all stay there in that place that you say there's Heat culture?
Because we have a good system. We have
because
got Pat Riley. We got Spur.
because of the Heat
Nah, man.
and the beaches
Nah, man.
and the women
Nah.
and it's getting to his head.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Did you see
Yeah.
the shoes? Did you see he put the pillow
Yeah, I
underneath
was
his
like,
shoes?
man.
But then he's standing on his feet at
I
halftime
love
shooting buckets.
when
And then he's singing. He's still on his feet at
And
halftime.
then he's dribbling.
It doesn't make sense.
He's dribbling and he can't dribble a ball.
That's so
and-
funny,
oh,
man. Oh man, I love it when the Lakers of the Lakers are shit
No.
and the Lakers of the East
No.
are shit. It's
No.
great times right
Kings number 1 in
Just trust the
California.
process,
Wow.
yeah.
They're the number 1 team in
now. Yeah,
California.
up the Kings. All right, well, we've done it again, boys. We've gone way too long.
Let's go.
So what you will have been watching right now would have just been a separate video because we'll segregate these videos again, if that's a word. But if you haven't already checked out the podcast that we uploaded just a couple of days ago, go check that out. We talked about the Kings and we talked about we did SGA, Who Would You Rather?
Yep.
And Cheech and I also got into a bit of a tussle.
Embiid.
About
Team Embiid.
Giannis.
Team
Let us know.
Workers.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Team Philly.
Giannis's
What should happen there?
Corrupt.
pretentiousness. If you are new to the show, hit that subscribe button and that notifications
That's
bell.
all right.
And if you're listening, no, you won't be. Sorry, if you won't be listening, because this will just go on YouTube.
Nah, this should go on Spotify, man.
This one is Spotify as well.
Yeah, this should go on Spotify.
Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll because listening can be a longer experience. We'll upload the whole both together on Spotify. So if you are listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, hit that 5-star rating and
Let's
follow
go.
or subscribe. Boys,
Been
It's
pleasure.
been a good one.
I just want to preview something that's coming. Lakers Philly's coming up.
When is it?
Hey,
I'm gonna leave
What's the date?
I'm
Switching
gonna
of
leave
the
us-
jersey.
leave us on that.
Ah, let's go.
Westbrook jersey
Let's
on
go.
day.
Hey, he has to wear 2 shirts. I've got that Westbrook jersey too. Let's go.
When he's sticking you and taking all your money.